Hello everyone, I'm Wokko and welcome to Wokkolandia. Maybe you already know, but my idea is create my own Eternia with a different background story. In this world, Iman exists, but the real problem is the Prince Adam. He isn't the good and handsome guy from the filmation, and because of that, the entire story take another direction. And using the excuse of the multiverse, I have the opportunity to put in Eternia basically a lot of new hero from my favorite toy line and cartoon. And because I have already different character from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, I think it's time for a bigger mice from Mars came in Eternia. And after some compare, I decided to make a custom of Motu. My favorite one is Vinny, the white mouse, but is too small for a Master of the Universe custom. Then yeah, I decided for Motu. And for the Italian guy who watched this video, I remember you here in Italia, they butchered the cartoon, changed all the name, and for that this one is Pistone, and I don't know why, because Motu it's okay, but okay, if you don't know why I says Motu, it's because of that, is the real name. And going back on the custom, I keep the original head with the original gimmick, and here we have the other pieces I want to use for create this custom. And like always, I prefer something broken or ruined, like this arm from Whiplash. Even this arm from Motu is basically ruined on the joint, and why don't use the original hand? In this way I can make a good use of both of them. Also the hand is grey, and I don't risk to ruin the color if I grab a weapon. And on the other side, because Motu have this prosthetic metallic arm, I decide to use these bionicle pieces for create my own. These bionicle parts are awesome. They have a lot of detail, and you can use this stuff for Warhammer or for custom or terrain or whatever. Also they are basically cheap, because yeah, they are technically Lego, but they are not like Lego, and a lot of dudes don't like bionicle, and you can find this stuff for a very cheap price. The type of plastic is awesome, and you can use the normal Lego pieces for combine this part, but I decide a different way this time. And this part take me of another piece of story. Basically, using the excuse of the multiverse, like I said, Motu travel in a different timeline. And this is actually the original Trapjaw arm. But in my universe, Trapjaw doesn't exist, because in my Eternia I have Cronis, and you can find the custom video in the description. And why Motu have the Trapjaw arm? This excuse is still in the multiverse. Basically, before come in this reality, Motu travel in another timeline, and he faced Trapjaw, the original Trapjaw. And after a fight who caused the destruction of the Motu metal arm, he rip off and steal the arm from Trapjaw in exchange. Like I said many times, have a background story help you to develop a new character, or an old one, like in this case. It's like have a project in mind, and is good if you write something or if you draw something, and help you to understand why the character made that choice or the story go in that direction. And back on the custom, like you see, I use the pin technique for fix the hand on the arm. And now with the body, I have these broken pieces to fix. And like always, I use Fimo, and I have already prepared the part to glue. And like you see, I cover all the pants. In this way, you can't see the broken part. And after that, I use a lot of super glue for fill all the gap and make the bond stronger. And after dry, I use the file for smooth the surface. In this way, after apply the color, you don't see any gap or mold line. And now I have all the pieces I need for make this custom. Yes, the leg are missing, but I think I use the normal leg from web store. In this way I can use this simple O-ring technique and I doesn't ruin the color because they are blue, the blue I want to use for this guy. And now start the difficult part. Yeah, one arm is ready to go, but the other one, yeah, he needs some work. With the bionicle pieces I make the most part of this arm, but he need the joint, he need the pieces who connect the arm with the body. And like always I use Fimo, the normal one. This one need to be cooked, and like you see I mold the shoulder around the pin. After mold and press all the pieces in the position, I can cook this piece aside, and after that glue all the part together. Maybe it's difficult to explain, but the process is quite simple. And for make this arm more fancy, I decide to use 2 screws for fix the shoulder armor in place. I know maybe they are too much detail for a vintage Master of the Universe custom, but yeah, I love this intricate stuff with a lot of pieces, detail, piston and stuff like that. Also, this one is the central piece of the entire custom, because yeah, is the metal arm for Motu, but is also the original arm from Trapjaw. And because the background story, I think Trapjaw want his metal arm back. I don't know when, but I think it's something that could happen. And is a cool way for mix the old story with the new one. And let me know in the comment if you like this strange timeline. I love to read them. After cover the shoulder with super glue, I start prepare the hand. The original Trapjaw arm have different accessory you can exchange, and even I have not decided which accessory I wanna make this axe exchangeable. make this arm was a nightmare. Especially these final pieces here was very difficult to do. But the result was awesome. And like always, after the primer, you can see all the figure come together. And like I said before, I keep the hand without primer. In this way I don't risk to scratch or ruin the color if I grab a weapon. For the metal arm I use the primer and after I spray diamond black. And guys, the results speak for himself. I'm very excited for this piece because he gave me the inspiration for another character, for another custom. Now for this arm I really wanna create a new Trapjaw custom, a new restyling Trapjaw. And also with this translucent axe you can see the orange inside the arm. I love this part. It's like a cool toys. I love it. And even the painting part with this guy is strange. Like you see, I start with the normal gray and is the correct color for the character, but the rubber head is completely different and is usual with a lot of vintage toys. If they took a lot of sun, they completely change the color. And I don't want to color the head because it's in rubber and he have the antenna mechanism inside. And also I want to use the original Biker Mice helmet from the toy line. And this risk to scratch the color of the head. Because of that, I decided to color the body instead. Mix yellow and red with the original gray. I try to find the correct color who match the head. And guys, it's not so simple find the correct color, I know, but it's way better with this skin tone. And for me it's something new to try. I love challenge like this one. And with that guys, after color the body and the other detail, this custom is finished. Like always, if you have some question, comment down below. And remember, like, share and subscribe really help me on the channel. And ring the bell for not miss the next video. Ciao from Wokkolandia and thanks for watching.